want you to write down the number 1. And then to the right of it, I want you to write down the number 5. We have a number 1, and we have a number 5. I want you to circle it. We have 15 work days to the end of the year. 15 work days, Kevin. That's it. 1, 5. 15 work days. And what I wrote down here is that average agents are speeding up to slow down this year. They're getting faster at it. They're quitting earlier. Not you guys. We make lots of calls to other agents telling them about our Blitz program. We try to keep the Blitzes full and get people involved in our stuff. Because, you know, if we have 25 or 30 of you blitzing, and we can bring in another 5 or 6 people, it really changes the dynamics in the room and makes it a little more fun, a little more energy, okay? So that's kind of the method to our madness. So A, it's critical for you to be there to get your business done and help your fellow agents, but it's also very important for us to have these rooms filled with people. Well, let me tell you something. It's hard to get you guys there. It's impossible to get them there. Right now, they don't even answer the phones, and we have their cell numbers. They're blocking us. We're not talking to them. Average agents are speeding up to slow down for the year. What I'm saying to you is not you and not now. Not you and not now. We already determined there's a ton of activity out there. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of transactions closing every single month. 88% of all the listings we take, pardon me, are selling. 88%. That means you take a listing and you have an 88% shot of it selling and closing. That's huge. Huge. If you're running around with a buyer, what's your percentage of opportunity? What do you think? How do I phrase this? If you have a buyer and they're financially and emotionally qualified, but you're running around showing them property, what are the odds of you actually selling and closing an escrow with them right now? What do you think they are? How much? 12%. Sorry? Slim to none. That's probably the exact numbers. If I was an analytical, I would say slim to none. Slim to none. And yet, how much time do you spend every week running buyers around? Marginal buyers, unqualified buyers, buyers that the lender looks at and says to you, I have this conversation with all our lender partners every week. You know, maybe we should do this. You guys should tell me if my agent's showing a property to a client that's not qualified. You should let me know, in your opinion, okay? So that I can call them, and Bill can call them, and Frank can call them, and Diane can call them, and tell them, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? 88% chance of selling a listing, 10, 12, slim to none chance of working with a buyer. And yet, you tend to what? What? You're not going to tell me, are you? Here's a question. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we had a Mike Ferry event. So we got all ready. We got all the information. 125 of you went. We had all the good stuff poured in. Focus, 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 focus. So you all talked to Mike. You all talked to us. We're having a conversation. I got up here and talked about it. And I said, next week, that's this last week, you need to go see at least 25 to 50 expireds, old expireds at the door. Everybody remember that? Yeah. I can show the video if you want. Yeah. Okay? 25 to 50 expired. So here's the question. How many of you accomplished that? How many of you accomplished 25 to 50 expireds at the door for the week? Don't raise your hand. So write this down. This is about everything. This is about who you are, who you want to be, where you are, what we need to do going forward, the time of the year, everything. This week, we're going to get the week right. Write that down. I'm going to get this week right. This week right. This week, I'm going to get it. There's 168 hours in this next week. And this week, I'm going to get it right. There's no holidays. There's no Black Fridays, Green Mondays. There's nothing in this week. Okay? There's no Mike Ferry seminars. I don't even think there's probably not even any back-to-school nights. Okay? Get a little bit of Hanukkah in there, but that's about it. We light the candles and you're done. Get the week right. Nothing else matters. That's the point I need to get across today. And I wrote down 10 thoughts to help you make this happen. Number one, thought one, is the plan. Go see, your goal is to go see 25 to 50 old expireds at the door this week. Don't question it. Just go do it. Okay? 25 to 50. 25's the floor, 50's the max. Go see 25 to 50. Minimum 5 per day and knock 10 around each one. So you have 5 expireds you went to see, and you door knock 10 around each one. Minimum, this week, 168 hours for the week. This activity, though, depends on how many you do, could take anywhere, write this down, between 15 and 30 hours to accomplish this goal. 15 to 30. Now, you got 168 hours in the week. You're going to dedicate 15 to 30 to going and seeing these expireds and door knocking around. Let me ask you a question. Let's determine this. If you did that activity and you went to see 25 expireds and you door knocked 10 around each one, would you probably come up back with some decent listing leads or a good buyer lead or two? Is that a fair assumption? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so we've established, A, there's business out there, and B, that activity would create business for you. Everybody with me?
Yes.
And there's nothing in the way of this week, remember? Nothing stopping us. So what would the week look like? What would the schedule look like? So I wrote down here. On Monday right after the sales meeting, today, at 10:30 to 12:30, go out. Don't go far. Don't go to Fontana and El Monte, okay? You don't have to. You can go to Walnut and Diamond Bar and Chino Hills, and you can go to Covina and West Covina, right here, okay? From 10:30 to 12:30, go see old expireds. So write that down. 10:30 to 12:30, go see old expireds. Then, come back to the office, work on your files, problems, situations, have lunch, and from 3 to 5, go see more old expireds today. That's your job today, all right? So I gave you prospecting and lead generating business, and I still gave you time to do some of the other stuff, some follow-up, etc. That's going to give you 4 hours of expired work, old expired work today. Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. is phone blitz till 2 o'clock. I want you to call your past client in Sphere. I want you to talk to your past client in Sphere. Most of you haven't done that yet. Just talk to them. Call them up. Tell them what great things are happening in the marketplace. Get their numbers from them. Get their email addresses from them. And then I want you to, from 3 to 5 o'clock, I want you to go see old expireds. From 3 to 5 o'clock. So that's 2 hours. Okay? On Wednesday is Blitz Day. Door Blitz Day. Wednesday, from 9 to noon, work old expireds at the door, and then go have some lunch, relax a little bit, and from 2 to 5, old expireds at the door. That's 6 hours on Wednesday. 6 hours. Thursday, 9 to noon. Expired doors, or the Irvine phone blitz. If you are from Irvine and you're doing the phone blitz in Irvine and you didn't do Tuesdays, that's perfectly fine. You can switch them, flip them back and forth. That's perfectly fine with us. If you're going to Irvine, let Bill know. We just added another 12 calling stations there and doubled the size of that office. So we started that office with 4,000 square feet. We now have 7,000 square feet. We started it with 18 calling stations, and it now has 30 calling stations. So, so that's what's happening there. So that's 6 hours. So 9 to noon, either door blitz or go to the Irvine office. And then 2 to 5, that's another 3 hours. Working expires Thursday afternoon. Friday, don't even think about taking it off. Don't even think about coming in late. Don't even think about leaving early. This is where the superstars run through the finish line. This is where you really get through. So 9 to noon, do expired doors. 2 to 5, do expired doors. Friday. Well, and or the blitz, okay? 6 hours of expired doors. So 4 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday, 6 hours on Wednesday, 3 hours on Thursday, 6 hours on Friday. That's 21 hours. 21 hours. 21 hours. Should be 21. 21, 22. You do 21, I'll do 22. You get it? Simple. But there's 168 hours in the week. All you need to do is between 15 and 30 on this plan. That's your job. Let me ask you a question. If you did that, what I just read to you, would you probably, now that isn't 30 hours, it's 21 hours. Would you probably do some business? Would you probably get some great listing leads and some great buyer leads? Yeah. You bet. Okay, that's thought number one. Thought number two, be patient with yourself this week. Write that down. Be patient with yourself this week. You're going to get nervous. You're going to get upset. You're going to get frustrated. Just be patient. Thought number three, be patient with the plan. See, what happens is you get mad at the plan because you went and you prospected for 3 hours and nothing happened. That's it. Neil doesn't know what he's talking about. Again, I'm going the other way. Thought four, understand results don't materialize instantly. This is a great thought. Got to hear this week for these 168 hours. Understand results do not materialize instantly. This is a process. This is a process. Ladies and gentlemen, real estate business is a marathon, not a sprint. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Thought five, don't be overcritical of yourself or me. No, this is good, because by Wednesday, you're going to be pretty mad at yourself and me by then, okay? Thought six, have the courage to stick with the plan. This is huge. Have the courage to stick with this plan for these 168 hours, for this next week. It will change your life. The business, the leads that you will generate, the listings that you could take, that 88% will sell will change your business for the balance of next year. Thought 7, the desire to achieve your goal has to outweigh the mental pain caused by the changes that you have to go through. These are big changes. You have to actually prospect for 15 to 30 hours. You have to actually knock doors. I'm going to be looking for bleeding knuckles, okay? I'm going to be watching. I want you to take pictures of the soles of your shoes after the start and the end of the week, okay? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I get this question all the time. If you want to wear leather shoes, that's fine. But it's perfectly fine to wear tennis shoes. Perfectly fine to wear comfortable walking shoes. They may not be the most stylish. And ladies, we want to go in our Jimmy Choos. But let me tell you, on day 3, after you've been out there for 10 hours, your Jimmy Choos, you're going to throw them, okay? Don't do that to yourself. Thought 8, habits good or bad are hard to change. Habits good or bad are hard to change. We're asking you to step it up this week. Big time. Step it up big time. Big time. That's changing a habit. Because the habit most of us have is not a habit of doing these activities every day for a week. Just this week. Just this week. Imagine how great you would feel about yourself on Friday afternoon having accomplished these activities. Imagine that. Think about that. It'd be phenomenal. Thought 9. Like it or not, you have to slow down to speed up. Like it or not, you have to slow down to speed up. Some of you might see this as slowing down. But what I have learned in my 40 years of doing this, we have to slow down to speed up sometimes. Slow down to speed up. It's okay. Slow down to speed up. And thought 10 is, this is really a numbers game. This is really a numbers game. This business is so much a numbers game. But if you're not hitting the numbers on a daily, weekly basis, it's not going to play for you at the level you want it to play at. You've got to do numbers. It's the game. It's how it works. I wrote down, given a choice, would you rather save time or save money? Given a choice, would you rather save time or save money? Most of us focus on saving money. Most of us focus on saving money. But I want to share this with you. Next to your health, the most important asset you have, the most valuable asset you have in your life is your time. Next to your health, the most valuable asset. As I get older, and as, I think I'm going to live forever, but the jury's out on that, okay? We're not sure how that's going to go. But as I get older, there's less time in front of me than there is behind me. And I sure wish I had a little more time. You got to think about that. Time's running out, ladies and gentlemen. There's 15 work days left to this year. Christmas is coming. It's right there. It's right in front of you. Some of you have had a monster year. You've done amazing work. Best year of your careers. Career! Not in a few years. Career! Never made as much money. Never kept as much money. Never sold as many houses. Some of you, not so. Not so much. You and only you will determine how the time will be spent. Right now, your greatest possession is the 168 hours that's ahead of you right now. From now to the end of the week. How you spend that time will have a great impact on whether you make more sales and list more property before the end of the year and start in that first quarter. My question is, will you allow pointless emails, unimportant tasks, interruptions to your prospecting, interruptions to your learning the scripts and dialogues to consume your day? Are you going to allow that to happen this week only? Forget about what you did last week. Forget about what might be the following week, but this week only. Or will you finally take complete control, complete responsibility for how you spend your time? Are you guys going to finally get up early, exercise so you feel really good about the day? Will you have the discipline to role play and do the things that need to be done this week to learn what to say and how to say it? Are you going to start your prospecting on time? Are you going to run through the finish line and make sure that if you said you were going to work till 5, you work till 5, and if there's another door to knock, knock it. Don't stop. Are you going to do that? With discipline, I wrote down here, average people can achieve the extraordinary. With discipline, average people can achieve the extraordinary. I'm just an average guy from an average city in Southern California. But with discipline, focus, consistency, and time, amazing things can happen. For you, for me. With discipline, average people can achieve the extraordinary. Now let's go out and take these 168 hours and make them into something special. Thank you.